Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to all your Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. There's an article that I stumbled up on today, and it's about in Canada. They found another recently. They discovered a mass grave of indigenous children, so-called Indians, northern tribes, which are also parts of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, which are our brothers. The children of Israel are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos. So they discovered, and this happened many times before, next to churches, next to so-called religious schools, because that's the thing that they used to do. They used to take away the children from the parents, from the so-called Indians, and especially in Canada, they did that a lot, and raise them on their way, basically make them learn them the way of the heathens, of the Edomites, the devils, the wicked, as the Bible calls them, also devil, yeah. So let me just go and at the article, and as you see on the picture, it's written under the picture: crosses at the site where the bodies of indigenous children were found in the Canadian province of Alberta. So dozens of indigenous children graves rediscovered in Canada. An indigenous community in Western Canada announced on Tuesday that it had discovered nearly 100 unmarked graves of children near a former religious boarding school. So, and these things, now being uncovered, this shows us that this devil, so-called white man, the Edomites, which is his true nationality, they have to go into captivity. All the heathens are going into captivity. All your heathens are about to go into captivity. Matter of fact, let me jump real quick to the book of First Maccabees, if I'm correct. Or is it second? Check real quick. Yes, First Maccabees. Book of First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 10. What nation had not a part in the kingdom and got enough for spoils? So just name me one nation that didn't profit from the fact that we are at the bottom, or had us in captivity, or is getting rich over us, For example, like my parents are from the island of Curacao, and over there you have the so-called Chinese, the Gooks, They over there, having all those stores, supermarkets, mini markets, making all this food, and then use cats and dogs, rotten meat, and all that shit, fucking filthy beast. And for example, in Suriname, you have the coolies over there, Elam over there, and just to name two nations that have been ruling over us, And don't forget the coolies, they be selling those hairs, the hair to the Jake females, It's coolie hair what they be wearing. Those wigs, those weaves, it's all coolie hair. Or it's plastic, or they got coolie hair, Or even horsehair. I think they even use that, Yeah, bullshit. But yeah, back to the article. What we have found is heartbreaking and overwhelming. 93 possible on-market graves have been discovered so far, of 97 children and 14 infants. So, you see that this devil had no mercy, man. And if you go into the history of this devil, and that's why he's so busy to try to hide stuff, That's why if you got a history book, I remember when I was on high school, had like a book page, the half of the page of a history book was talking about slavery. And I'm talking about the Edomites from Holland, the special Edomites, the ones that brought that sent the ones who were the first to send a slave ship from the west coast of Africa to America. The ones that were the last to stop from all the Edomites with slavery for at least 10 years. Okay. And these devils, they want to teach you history, but they got filthy rich of slavery. Don't underestimate that. They got motherfucking filthy rich with slavery. And of course, with thievery, they were like real pirates, robbing other ships, all that wickedness that they have been doing. They had a cocaine factory, during the First World War, World, 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 World War. They had the cocaine factory selling cocaine to all the sites. They had a colony in Indonesia. They also had that colonized, and they were planting the cocaine plants over there, and they had a factory in Amsterdam to produce cocaine and sell it to all the parties that were fighting against each other in the World War, in the First World War. Ain't that funny? But yet, they never talk about that during history. But slavery, yeah, it's half a page, you see a slave ship, but don't talk about the shit that they were doing. How the queen whore Beatrix, peasant, used to parade herself in a golden couch with slaves painted on it. No, they don't want to talk about that, about how all the fucking money that they made. How they were the worst of all the Edomites concerning that, how they used to treat the slaves. How they owned Suriname money. No, those are not things that they talk about. How they want to talk about that Curacao owns them a couple of millions. While, you had the Arawak Indians there, they slaughtered them, put them in slavery. Then they brought the so-called Negroes, from the west coast of Africa, mainly the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, did horrible things concerning punishment until this day, They stay profiting from the fact that they have us below. But what is beautiful to see how Jake, is being roused up, Now you had another country. I posted the article. I forgot which country it was. You had Niger, and there's another country that also was taken over by soldiers. I forgot the name of it. Also in the west, in the midst of Africa. It's Gabon. I don't remember exactly. I don't recall it. I don't remember it. But I posted the article in the afternoon. I saw it. Soldiers took over the country. And Niger. They used to be from France. France had all this resources from there. So they put that to a stop. So yeah. But yeah, let's go back to the article. What we have found is heartbreaking, overwhelming. 93 possible unmarked graves have been discovered so far, of 97 children and 40 infants. So that's why the book of Psalms, let me jump to that, because that comes to mind. Book of Psalms 137. Because on that day, when the time is there for us to take revenge, hey, this is the shit that they were doing, just murdering our children for fun. And this is talking about the so-called Indians, but don't forget what they used to do with the so-called Negroes, Use our children as gator baits, Take a baby, put it on the water on a log or whatever, or near the water, in order for a gator to come and then get that gator. Use your child. You know what kind of hatred you must have to do that to a little baby. But don't forget, these devils until this day. I posted an article. A man of 61 years old used to also with a girl of minus age. I don't remember what age she had, but you know, pedophiles. They're known pedophiles, man. Recently, you had a dude from Belgium. Who also was big on television or on radio, I think. You know, also with pedophiles. Hey, every time when you got a big pedophile network, Edomite from Holland is involved in it, whether he believes in it or or plays a big part in it. Also, don't forget. Like years ago, they used to have a political party for pedophiles, and now they want to call it in America. They want it called in the MAP, the minor attractive persons. It's just a bunch of pedophiles, man. Joel 3 and 3, sell a boy for a harlot. These are the things that these devils are doing, man. Fucking sick people. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. They were exceedingly happy when we were going down. And believe me, when Esau's going down, we're gonna be exceedingly happy. But Esau, y'all, the so-called white people, all your heathens, y'all going down, and you're gonna stay under the children of Israel. And you so-called white people, you Edomites, after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, you're gonna be exterminated, wiped away from the planet. No more so-called white people. You're gonna be done away with. O daughter of Babylon, it's talking about America, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So what does the article say? 93 unmarked graves, 97 children and 14 infants, babies. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Because those were the things that they used to do. When the Edomites knew that the so-called Indians were out hunting, they would go to the villages, grab the pregnant females, hang them up upside down, and place bets with each other. I think in that belly is a boy. I think in that belly is a girl. Okay. Put a bottle of wine on that. Take a knife. Just cut the belly open. Grab the baby. Be like, oh shit, you won. It's a boy. Pop. Throw it on the ground. Those were the shit that they were doing for fun. So what do you think when the Mosai, when Yahweh Shai is coming back? We're gonna get that righteous anger, that pure indignation from the Mosai, Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai is gonna be poured upon his people. Meaning we're gonna get the full understanding. Know every little thing that y'all fucking wicked pieces of shit have done against us. So we're gonna get that righteous anger and reward you as y'all have rewarded us until this day. So back to the article. What we have found is heartbreaking and overwhelming. 93 possible unmarked graves have been discovered so far of 79 children and 40 infants, said Johnny Wolverine, head of the English River Indigenous Community, at a news conference Tuesday. This is not a final figure, she added. The final number could be even higher. Of course, going to be higher. The discovery were made after ground radar investigations near the Bauval Indian Residential School in the province of Saskatchewan According to the University of Regina, the school buildings were destroyed by former residents when the school closed in 1995. For nearly a century, approximately 150,000 native children across Canada were forcibly admitted to 139 schools, often run by the Catholic Church. Yeah, and those Catholic Church, they got a lot of blood on their filthy claws, man. That pause, that so-called Pope, and the Catholic Church, they're number one in pedophiles, man. S- I said it, groping on little boys, man. Where they were cut off from their families. Yeah, like I said, took away from the parents. Language and culture. Thousands never returned. Many were physical and sexually abused, and thousands died of disease, malnutrition, or neglect. Yeah, or just simply be murdered. A national committee of inquiry called the system a cultural genocide. Yeah, that's it. But you only want to talk about the small mustache man. That's what you want to talk about. If somebody says something about slavery or what y'all did onto our people. Oh, it happened a long time ago. This and that. Get over it. Y'all got Thanksgiving. Get the fuck out of there, man. Over the past 2 years, Canada's colonial past has been resurfaced, resurfaced as child graves have been discovered near facilities where indigenous children were forcibly taken in. More than 1,300 graves have already been identified, and that's nothing yet. This is Obadiah verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? Yeah, to the spirit of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. This is the time, you know, when we seen this devil going down. And how is he going down? By all his wickedness that's been coming up upon what these Edomites have been doing, you know. Stephen Harper, the then Prime Minister of Canada, apologized to the indigenous community in 2008. Yeah, they shall seek to please the poor. Whatever, man. Apologize. No, man. What does the scripture say? Let me jump to the book of Revelation, yeah. Let me jump to the book of Revelation. Let me see. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. So everybody got ears, but not everybody gonna understand. So if you think you got some understanding going on, you should understand this. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Slavery. He that killeth with the sword, what am I reading, must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So we're waiting for that day that we're gonna have a real slaughter party on all your heathens. First and foremost, on the Edomites, of course. We're waiting for the day, Psalms 149, to put that feathers of irons on your leaders. Put your peoples in chains, like how you did with our people. He also acknowledged that the institutions had been a part of Canada's policy of forced assimilation. The Canadian government has now paid the equivalent of 2 billion euros to indigenous community as compensating for the suffering suffered. Yeah, yet they build pipelines to the places where they live, pollute their water, poison their animals, make the ground sick, put liquor stores there because the northern tribes, they have a problem with liquor. Those are the things that they do. Make sure that they have no job. Fuck them up. But you paid a couple of billion. That's nothing, man. Like the book of us, the book of Isaiah said, the Most High is going to give us the heathens for our inheritance. That's what we're waiting for. We want to own you. We don't want your filthy money. That's the money that is backed by nothing. No, man. All the gold, all the silver, all the precious stones that you have stolen, we're gonna get it back because all the gold, everything, we're gonna get that back plus more. You know, own your people, man. That's what we're waiting for. Let me see. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy of his children. Yeah, that's shit that they were doing. Horrible. But it's part of the curses. The book of Deuteronomy speaks about that, You shall long, let me jump real quick to that. You shall long for your children, because they did it with the northern tribes and the southern tribes, During slavery, the children were sold to different plantation owners, The father goes one side, the mother goes another side, the children go another side, Those were the things that they used to do. And for example, what they did a lot in Canada, like I just read in the article, take the children, just grab them from the parents, and how you say that, bring them to into those schools, and all the wickedness, and rape them, and beat them to death, and all the fucking shit, man. If you think about it, man, these devil, man, hey, you got a lot to pay for, man. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Yeah, exactly. That happened with all the tribes. Fucking devils, man. So back to the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And Yahuwah, I'm gonna live to see Esau go down. Yeah, of course, I see this kingdom crumbling down. That's already a beautiful sight. But, of course you want the full picture, but yeah, we have to I said that, keep the patience. This word have to be spread all over the world, in all languages, and everybody needs to know it. When everybody know who the real children of Israel is, and the MOTB is gonna be made mandatory, that's when the end is gonna be there, the third world war should be in full effect, Those are signs of the end. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 2. Therefore there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Yeah, that's it. The Most High is uncovering everything, and that's the signs of his downfall. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, because you gotta be a real demon to do this with children. The shit that they've been doing. With all power and signs and lying wonders, yeah. But the end is there. People are pricking, basically busting this fantasy bubbles that you've been blowing. They bursting, man. Even your own tongue is falling upon you. Your own people are snitching on you. Also, it's beautiful to see, man. So yeah, just wanted to go into that, So yeah, Esau, all your wickedness is being revealed, The whole world is seeing how wicked piece of shit you are. And countries may point to each other, but in general, you Edomites, you're a bunch of filthy cave monkeys, But yeah, you're going down, man. You're going down. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace salutations to Akim across the earth doing this work in sincerity and in truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.